In this video, let me show you how to add outline effect to the text on a web page using text shadow property. So we will see how to use the text shadow property, and also we'll see how to use it to create an outline effect as we see here. So to illustrate this, I have already saved a web page like outlineeffect.html and also added the title. Now let me have some text within heading tag, that is h1, and how text shadow works. This is the text I have added within the h1 element. Now text shadow is used to add a shadow effect as the name indicates, and as the value of the text shadow property, you can specify the horizontal offset, vertical offset, blur value, and also the color. So let me add the style section to show you how it works. Style. We want to add the text shadow effect for the h1 element. So let me select h1, and for text shadow we can specify the property, and then we want to specify by how much the shadow should move horizontally and vertically. So first one is to specify the horizontal offset. So when we add shadow, what happens is that the same text will be added at the specified position. Suppose I specify the value of horizontal offset to be 10px and also vertical offset to be 10px. Then what will happen is that it will move 10px towards the right hand side horizontally and 10px towards the bottom, that is vertically. So when we specify positive numbers, it will move towards the right and bottom. Now let's see the effect. Let me save this and show you. See, we are seeing how text shadow works 2 times, and this is the original one. Let me remove this and you could see. See, this is the original one, and when I add it like this, we are seeing an extra text. The text is the same, but it has moved 10px towards the right hand side and 10px towards the bottom. Now suppose I specify the color for this text as red. So color red. Then what will happen? Let me save this. See, both the text as well as the shadow is displayed in red color, right? Now suppose we want to display the shadow in, say, green color. Then we can specify the color here, and you could see that now the shadow is displayed in green color. Suppose I want to add a blur effect. The default value is 0. Suppose I want to specify the blur value as 5px. It should be after the vertical offset. And let me save this. See, the text is now blurred, right? That is, the shadow is now blurred. If I increase this to 10px and save this, see, it is more blurred now. Suppose I reduce this numbers, that is the horizontal and vertical distance, to say 5px. Okay, let me save this. See, the shadow is now more closer to the text, right? Suppose I do not specify this. See, we are seeing a blurred shadow which is also in red color because we have removed the color. Now suppose I also remove this and change this to negative 5px, that is minus 5px. Then what will happen? This will move towards the right hand side, but instead of moving towards the bottom, this will move towards the top. Now let me show you that. Let me save this. See, actually it has moved to the top. To see the difference, let me change the color again to green. Let me save this. See, now the shadow is on the top of the original text. It is moved towards the right hand side, but instead of moving towards the bottom, it has moved towards the top because the vertical distance is now negative number. Now also if I make this as negative, see, even it has moved towards the left and top. So by changing these numbers, that is the horizontal and vertical distance, then blur value, and also the color, we can actually create amazing effects for the text using text shadow property. See, Now it is being displayed like this. Suppose I specify the color as black. See, it is being displayed like this. If I make it positive, horizontal and vertical, see, it is being displayed like this. So we are going to make use of the text shadow property to have an outline effect for our text. So let me add some other text here within P tag. Let me specify outline effect using text shadow property. Okay. Now let me style the P element. Let me increase the font size first. Let it be, say, 50 px. And let me specify the text shadow. What I am going to do is that instead of specifying just one shadow, I am going to specify 4 shadows. We can actually have multiple shadows. You just have to separate them using comma. So what I am going to do is that I am going to add 4 shadows. One will be at left top position, another right top position, third one left bottom, and the fourth one right bottom position. And the distance will be just 1 px. Okay. So how we can make it at left top? If the numbers are positive, it will be right and bottom, right? So if I want to make it left and top, it should be both minus numbers. So minus 1 px, again minus 1 px, which means that this will be moved towards the left hand side and this will be moved towards the top. And I also want to specify the color as black. Okay. So this is for left top. Then I want it to have for right top. So for right, it should be a positive number, 1 px. For top, it should be a negative number, so minus 1 px, and again black. So now we have made it for left top and right top. Next, I want it to have for left bottom and right bottom. So for left bottom, it should be minus 1 px. Bottom means it should be a positive number, so 1 px black. And then I want it to have for right bottom. So it should be 1 px for right and 1 px for bottom, black. Now let me specify the text color to be white. To see the effect clearly, we can try making changes later. Now let me save this and show you. See, we are seeing outline effect using text shadow property with this text. Suppose I want to see the letters clearly. Let me have another property, letter spacing, as say 4 px, so that there will be a gap between different letters, right? See, outline effect using text shadow property. Now if we want to change the outline color, what we need to do, instead of specifying black, we can specify whatever color we want. Suppose I specify purple. Let me copy it for all the shadows. So paste, paste and paste. Now let me save this and show you the output. See, now the outline color is changed to purple. So using text shadow property, actually we can create a number of effects by just changing these numbers, colors and even the blur value. You can have some 3D effect using the same text shadow property. You just have to make changes to these numbers, that is the horizontal and vertical distance, then the blur value and also the color of the shadow. So this is the basic outline effect we have created using text shadow property, and here we have just used a CSS property to create this effect.